Smoke thickens the air near Kaya Sand, about 35 kilometers northwest of Johannesburg. Residents from informal settlements to gated estates call it a toxic crisis. It is the site of uncontrolled illegal dumping, and the area has become a health hazard. Environmental health expert Renee van Wyk is from the University of Johannesburg.
Illegal dumping is considered a crime, and it happens haphazardly everywhere. But landfill sites are regulated, and a landfill site are based on engineering functions, and it's a controlled way of disposing waste.
But at Kaya Sand, there's no control. Trucks dump whatever they like, when they like. A wall separates Rusilho's house from a dump in the neighboring informal settlement of Msawawa. Informal waste trucks burn their loads here every day, releasing smoke from tires and plastic. Rusil says she can hardly breathe some days.
The asthma is now a family thing, né? But the emphysema, it's a smoking thing, né? And the doctor said that if I'm in smoke area where there's smoke, it makes the smoke makes it worse. Although I don't smell the smoke, but still I'm inhaling it. Because sometimes then they're burning tires here, somewhere.
Rusil, who hasn't smoked cigarettes in years, has to use oxygen to breathe at night. Her children cover the 2,000 rand a month she needs for electricity to keep the life-saving machine on.
It's fine.
During the day, she opens the door and window in her makeshift bedroom, hoping for fresh, clean air.
Even winter, the windows and the doors must be open, né, for that fresh, for the air for me to breathe all right. Because at night, it's all right that I'm sleeping with the oxygen machine. So the doors can be closed because that oxygen is not giving me my breathing much, make it a little bit all right. Né? And okay, as I say, I can't put a name to the smoke that I'm inhaling. Né? But I am inhaling it.
Resident Keith Elliott started the Kaya Sand Burning Wasteland Community Forum last year, representing the residents of Kaya Sand and Msawawa Informal Settlement. He thinks the dumpers are part of a faceless mafia that's threatening residents if they dare to speak out.
So it's an illegal commercial dump. They're taking money. And that is what has happened with that is that there's been a proliferation of dumps. So we now know of up to 14 illegal dumps. And the problem with illegal dumping is that in order to make space for the dump, the next day's loads, they burn the waste.
To date, no one has proven a direct link between the dump and the ill health of Kaya Sand's residents. But pollutants like sulfur dioxide and carbon monoxide from burning waste are known to be deadly.
And other health issues can include cardiovascular diseases, neurological disorders, and even cancer. And additionally, living in such environments can contribute to the mental health problems like people are prone to become more anxious, anxiety, depression, and stress due to the constant threat to their health and their well-being.
The community reported its concerns to the City of Joburg 4 years ago.
We've been working since the middle of 2020, trying to get the city to work with us. So we corresponded with them. They did site visits with us. We had one site visit with the executive and the directors of Pick It Up.
They were told that dumping had to be linked to ill health.
So one of the residents in our estate did get City of Joburg's health department to put up an air quality monitor. Now that air quality monitor was 2 houses down from where I live, and we got from the City of Joburg health department a report on that, and that proved that the air was hazardous and very hazardous at some points.
But when they produced an action plan in January 2022, he says the city ignored it.
When we confronted the City of Joburg with that information, their response to us was that that instrument was not properly calibrated. So they've actually rejected the results of their own air quality testing. So we have no option but to raise money for ourselves to do the air quality testing.
In its response to us, the City of Johannesburg said it could not say for sure what the impact of emissions was because no health assessment had been done. However, it is considering extending air quality monitoring to cover gases created by burning waste. Boka Dutoy lives on a farm not far from a waste dump.
The smoke we are talking about coming from these number of illegal dump spots comprises out of industrial waste. It's not veld fires or garden waste. We are talking about a huge industrial belt from Randburg to Lanseria. It's a very huge industrial area, and most of their dump ends off here for various reasons.
Boka says both old and young are battling with health impacts.
When I go into the communities, I often find the young children coughing. In one case, one was coughing blood. And I refer them or sometimes transport them to the local clinics for treatment.
He says residents of affected informal settlements are afraid to speak out. He thinks this is because many are undocumented migrants.
They don't have options here. They can't just move somewhere else. They are bound into this area here, and that's my concern. Because if you see the smoke that they're living in 24/7, one can imagine.
Kid says the city has a constitutional mandate that it's not fulfilling.
Doesn't matter who you are. If you're living in this country, why should you have to live where the air is so polluted?
The City of Joburg says it has taken action against companies found dumping and that some of them are being criminally investigated.